everybody, my name is RickyG, and welcome to part 3 of my Undertale Game Maker tutorial series. Now, I know you guys have been waiting for a really long time, and I apologize, but the reason it's taken this long is because for the past couple weeks, I've been working on this Undertale fan game engine, which will allow you in Game Maker Studio to create your own Undertale fan game easily. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you the process of making a simple Undertale fan game, which, you'll be able to learn, like, how the engine works, be able to understand it a bit better, so that when you make your own full-length Undertale fan game, you'll know what to do. So, I would like to start off this tutorial by pointing out that I will not be explaining the basics of Game Maker, or, how sprites and objects work and stuff like that, or GML. In order to follow this tutorial, I'm going to expect that you have basic knowledge of how Game Maker works. And if you don't, then you might want to, look up, the basics of Game Maker. There's a bunch of old forums and things. You could go to the Yo-Yo Games website, different places where you can find tutorials, explanations about how Game Maker works. Because I'm not going to be doing that. I don't know why everybody expects me to be doing that. This is a tutorial series on how to make an Undertale fan game, not a tutorial series on how to make any game in Game Maker. Alright? So, just wanted to get that out of the way. So, if you don't understand the basics of Game Maker, then this tutorial isn't for you. Come back when you know a bit more. So without further ado, let me show you the sprites. So, as you can see, I've got quite a few already to get you started. These are all the basics of what you'll need. There's menus, which you can change to fit your own game. Put the title of your game in there. Doesn't matter. And sounds, there's a bunch of sounds. There's like sounds with text. Battle sounds, there's like battle music, which you can change easily by clicking on this icon here and finding your music track or whatever you want to use. There's player sounds and then, music, which, as I said, you can change by clicking on that icon. And then there's backgrounds with a tile sheet. So it's very important to know what tile sheets are, but I'm going to be making one in this video, like an example tile sheet, so you know how to make your own. So don't worry too much. And then scripts. There's quite a few scripts. I'll tell you how they basically work, so you know what they do. Fonts, I'm gonna hope you know what fonts are. I don't really need to explain it, to be honest. And then objects. There's a lot of objects, but don't worry, I know it might look intimidating, but once you know what each object does, I guarantee it won't be that hard. And then there's a bunch of battle objects. You won't really need to mess around with these all that much, so you don't really need to worry about them. Then text boxes, there's an example text box right here, which tells you how it works, like how text boxes work. There's a bunch of comments that'll tell you what they do, so you won't be all that lost. And then there's some basic NPCs, so you could just duplicate them, create your own, stuff like that. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a room. So the easiest way to get started with a room is click on this one and click duplicate. There we go. That's all you need. We're going to call this Area 1. There we go. So, here you see I've already got this room already set up, but I'm actually going to delete it and start from scratch so you can see the process of making a room. It's quite simple. There's just a few things that you need to set up first. So let's just get rid of these objects. There we go. But we need these ones. These are very key objects. You'll need to ensure that you have these. And let me delete these tiles. There we go. And get rid of the background too. Okay, so now that we've got this basic room going on, it's also got some creation code already and set for you, so you don't need to worry. Just leave it like this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a background and we're gonna create a tile set. There we go. So I like to make my tiles 20 by 20. So let's just color this in red. This isn't our tile yet. Let's do 60 by 60. I like to put it like this so I can see the individual tiles easily. Because basically how a tile sheet works is that, you know, it's a bunch of sprites put next to each other. And you can select them individually. So we're gonna need some grass, obviously. So let's put some grass here. Now actually, it'd be quite simple to make a background and color this in with the color of your grass. So we'll call this BG, big grass. There we go. So later on, we can change the background to just be this color, and we can just put these individual grass patches on it. And then maybe like a flower or something. It's like a simple flower will do. In fact, how about 2? There you go. And some water, I guess. We can have like a lake sort of thing. There we go. And now we can have a path. So with this path, we can make like a curved shape sort of thing. Mirror flip it. And we could just get that. Put it, yeah, about there. Also, I apologize for my voice, because I've been talking quite a lot. In fact, I think this is probably my 5th take of this video, because I messed up quite a few times. So I've been talking for probably about 2 hours now, straight, without any break, and kept restarting. So I apologize. Things I do for you guys. Okay. And for the last one, let's clear that. Let's have like a mini tree / bush thing. Let's call it a bush. There we go. Now, I'm not doing a really good sprite job because it's just an example, so there we go. That is our tile set. Now, this can't actually be used as a tile set unless we check use as tile set. Then we change these values to 20. There we go, now it's a tile set. So if we go to the room and go to tiles, change this to 20 by 20. There we go. And if we click on this, we can now click on individual parts of the tile sheet. So we can start placing them down. So as I said, we can use this background right here to make the whole area green. And we can just place down grass patches like that. So let's start by placing down a path. So there we go. Let's get a path going. Hang on, yeah. There we go. And we could just start making like a basic path. It doesn't really matter. So as you can see, it is quite a long and tedious process, but it's worth it. Because eventually you get a really nice looking map. Let's just have like a lake sort of thing. The constant clicking from your mouse trying to place all these tiles does get annoying. I know. I've been doing this for a very long time. Okay, so once this is done, I'm actually going to switch tile sheets, because there is one in this game already. This engine, I should say. There's an overworld one. So I just want to make a simple building sort of thing. Select this. No, actually. Okay, perfect. So let's just create this building. Here we are. There we go. Just had like a simple roof sort of thing. How would we go about that? Let me just modify this tile set. There we go. There we go. Now, if we were to try to place this door on top of the tiles, that would not work. It just kind of deletes the tile underneath, which is not what we want. So we're going to add a layer like that. So now we can place the door. There we go. I also want some windows. Why not? Let's have a slightly open one. There we go. Perfect. So now we can go back to our other tile sheet, yeah. And just place some patches of grass. There we go. Place some of those flowers too. And a few bushes. Now, unlike the patches of grass and the flowers, we can't walk over bushes, can we? So, what we're going to need to do is go to Objects, Overworld, and Object Solid. And this basically makes whatever it covers, whatever object solid covers, it makes it solid. So we can collide with it, and we can't walk past it. So like we can do that for the building. But I'm gonna leave the space for the door. So there we go. So now when we put Frisk in this room, they won't be able to get past Object Solid. You may recall this kind of from the first tutorial video, where like I think I made it like a red object sort of thing. Like maybe it was red or blue. I think it was red. It's like a red thing that I kept stretching. That's one way of doing it, but it's kind of it's not very good. So if we go to overworld and player and place object player, we now have little Frisk in our room. It's a little Frisky. So we don't want Frisk to be able to walk over this lake because Frisk is not Jesus. So we're gonna place some object solids around the perimeter of the lake. Now you can place each object solid individually, or you could stretch it out like this, doesn't matter. You're also going to want to put some object solids around the perimeter of the room as well, so that Frisk can't walk off screen. There you go. Perfect. So I should probably explain what these objects up here do, because they're so important. So, yeah. Okay. Just making sure. So this is object E controller. So this means object encounter controller. So place this in the room when you want there to be random encounters in the room. The next object here is object B controller, it's the object battle controller. So it's the battle room, basically. It's the room where the battle you want to go to is. So when there's a timer, there's a counter thing for object encounter controller. When you take a certain number of steps, an encounter occurs. And then it goes to battle room, which is a variable that's in this object. So we need to set what battle room is in here in the creation code. You can access the creation code by right-clicking and going to creation code. So there you go. Battle room, room battle. We put it as room battle because that's just, it's kind of like the default room. It just randomly selects an enemy out of 3 that I had pre-programmed. You can create your own. You could copy this and make a different battle room that has different enemies, things like that. I think I went over that in the other video, part 2, I'm not quite sure. And then right here is object gen count. Now this is important because if we were to go check what it does, this contains the max amount of kills you can have in the room and gen trigger. Now these are the defaults. But if you want to actually set it, you need to go to settings and creation code, and you'll notice that right here at the top, ob gen count dot max kills equals 20, and ob gen count gen trigger is 10. So basically, what gen trigger does is when you get 10 kills in this case, your save points will now start seeing, how many enemies are left. So it'll be like, oh, 10 left, 8 left, or whatever. And then when you get 20 kills, which is the max kills of the area, it'll say determination when you save, and the genocide music will start playing and such. So yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, this deletes some NPCs in the area once you get genocide. So there we go. And this is object destroy loco. You don't really need this, but I'm gonna put some NPCs in here. This basically, when genocide is achieved in the area, this deletes all the NPCs that are nearby. So that's why it's in there. So I'm actually gonna place an NPC. Let's place a Frogget. Now, if we go to his code, you'll see that he has 2 variables. Var direction to face, which is the direction Frisk has to be facing in order to talk to him, and spawn text box, which is the text box that will appear when you talk to him. So in collision with object interact, which is the object that comes up above Frisk, that you can't see it, but when Frisk presses Z or Z, then object interact is created, and anything that's nearby that touches object interact, you interact with it. So in this case, if Frisk is facing in the proper direction, then the text box will be created. So here, I already have a text box for Frogget. I'll just check frog, but I can create another one easily. So let's call this frog test. So right here we can edit what he says in here. So we can make him say ribbit. Man, he can be saying excuse me. Are you all right? And string 3. Ribbit. You look a bit lost. And that's all you can say. Text max has to be equal to the number of strings that you have. Actually, I should probably explain how text boxes work. There is actually an example text box that tells you kind of how things work, but in the coding aspect, all you really need to focus on, because everything else is done for you, you just need to edit the dialogue, basically. So string 1 is the current line of text that's appearing on the screen, and text max is how many of these lines of text there are in total. So in this case, I've done 3. If I want to add another one, I could do string, and then 4. Make him say stay safe, human. And now he has 4 different lines of dialogue. So now I'd have to change text max to 4, and if I add another one, change it to 5, 6, 7, whatever, so on. It just has to be the same number as the last string. So there we go. So now that we have that, we can go here. So to the Frocket NPCs creation code, direction to face equals, and this has to equal one of Frisk sprites. So let's see, what would one of Frisk sprites be? We go here, go to, so let's say we want Frisk to face up when talking to him, so it'd be sprite player up. There you go. So Frisk would have to be facing up in order to talk to this guy. And spawn text box would be sprite frog test. Is that right? Did I name it something else? Where is it? Oh, my bad. Objects frog test. There we go. So now when we go talk to this guy, he'll say that text box. We also need to put an object solid over him because he is a person we can't walk over. So yeah. So now we basically have this whole first room done already. Except, let's add a save. Let's add a save point to this room. So you need to go to overworld, save, and then object save point. Just place it wherever. Place it beside him, I guess. Actually, no, let's place it up here. Okay, so with a save point, what it does, if we go to it, it has one variable for which save. So basically, when you interact with it, it creates the object that's in the which save variable. So we need to right click here, go to creation code, type in which save, and then we would put the name of an object here. But we want to create like a specific text box for this specific save point. So let's go here and go to object, let's call it object save area 1, so that we know what it is. So just ignore everything else and go straight to this save dialog part. So let's say being in this wide open area with not a care in the world, it fills you with determination. And there we go. So now we have a save point. So we just type in the name of that object right there. So now when we interact with this it shows that text box. You don't need to put an object solid over the text box, over the save point, because if you look at it, when it starts off, it already does that automatically when it gets created in the room, so don't worry about it. So yeah, now we have this whole room done. So let's add another room now. So let's just duplicate this room, call it room area 2. And let's just get rid of, if I'm not mistaken, after, we only need, let's see, so we don't really need this object. Well, yeah, we don't want random encounters when we're inside the building, because that's what this room's going to be. We're going to be able to go inside this building right here. So we don't need random encounters in the building, so we can get rid of this object. We can get rid of that object as well. We just need object count. That's all we need. So now I can actually just delete all these objects here, and then just go back and place gen count. There we go. Delete all these layers too. Okay, so now let's change this to no background, make it black. So now I'm gonna go to this tile set. Now I'm going to create a room inside the building. Yep, I'm going with the old tradition of making it bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Fantastic. There we go. So once I create this room, I'm going to show you how to link two rooms together. It's quite simple. I've made these exit objects, which kind of act as link points between two rooms, and I'll show you how they work in a bit. This is a very long and boring process, I'm sorry. It's probably not very entertaining to watch, but at least you're learning something, I suppose. There we go. So now let me just add a floor. Just add this as a floor. It looks ugly, but it doesn't matter. No, I don't like that. There we go. Now actually, if we want to, we can make this room smaller a bit to save some memory. There we go. Well, I don't know if it'll save memory, but just to make it more compact, I suppose. Because then it would just be a bunch of empty space for no good reason. Now, I could fast forward this part, but when I made my FNAF tutorials a long time ago, which is my most highest viewed video, by the way, and that blew my mind, so thank you everyone who watched it. But everybody was saying, oh, you're going too fast, because I fast forwarded parts that weren't important. So I was designing my main menu, and apparently, because I fast forwarded it, it was, I don't know, I guess I was rushing it? I don't know, I just didn't want to waste people's time. So now I'm not gonna fast forward in my tutorials anymore, just to avoid that. Okay, so I'm actually gonna, yeah, there we go. So now let's place Frisk in here. There we go. Let's actually place him right there. So now we've got this empty room with absolutely nothing. We don't really need to put much in it. Let's just put like some windows in. There we go. So now, what we're gonna need to do is go to room area 1. And then we're going to place obj A exit at the start point of Frisk. Just place it right there. That's all you need. And then outside this area, we're gonna place a B exit right there. So pay attention to this part. There's a B exit here. And when we go to this object, room area 2, we're gonna place another B exit here. Can you see where this is going? So basically, we're going to put a door object here. And this B position will link these two spots together. So when I walk out this room, I'll go to this B spot, and when I go back in, I'll go to that B spot. So there we go. Let's put, oops, not that. Object door here. So let's take a look at how object door works. Edit object. So here are the variables it has. Variable which room and which exit. So here's some comments right here actually to explain how it works. Which room is the room you want to go to? Which exit is the exit/spawn point the player should start at in the room? Refer to the comments below to see the possible exits for which exit. So we're using B exits in this case. So if we look at this list, 1 is for the B exit. So we're going to go here, creation code, which room is room area 2, because that's where we want to go. And then, let's see, what was it called? Which exit? Is that right? Yeah, which exit? Which exit would be equal to 1, because we're using B. There we go. So now, we can do the same with this one. Which room equals room area 1? Which exit equals 1? There we go. And you can change this to like 0 or like 2 or whatever, depending on the exit you want to use. It doesn't matter. So there we go. And now we can actually put another save point right here. And we can create another text box for it. Obj save area 2. This creepy. No. Being in this strange with nothing but your thoughts. It fills you with determination. Okay, there we go. So now we can put which save equals object save area 2. There we go. So now, if we were to launch the game, is this the first time I'm launching the game in this entire tutorial? I'm not sure. Let's see, this is still capturing everything, right? Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Everything's still captured. Good. Okay, so let me reset. Type in a name for the fallen human. If you try to name yourself some, like, one of the characters, you can't do it. You can't even name yourself RickyG. You can change this, of course. But, here we are. This is our world. So we can't walk off the screen, as you can see. Can't walk over these because we put ob solids there. And this is the first save point. Being this wide open area with not a care in the world, it fills you with determination. HP fully restored. There we go. So now it's saved. And here's our Frogget buddy. Ribbit Ribbit, excuse me. Ribbit Ribbit, are you alright? Ribbit Ribbit, you look a bit lost. Ribbit Ribbit, stay safe, human. And then if we go down here, it's just the lake. Can't walk on it because we're not Jesus. And we have a random encounter. A wild frog, it appears. Here we go. Let's kill it. Because I want to show you how leveling up works. I'm sorry, Frogget. You're dying for a noble cause. Boof. There we go. Oops. Being this wide open area of not a care in the world, it fills you with determination. HP fully restored. There we go. So now, I'm actually going to show you what that saving does. So if we go here, you'll see by saving, we have these 3 save files here. So file 01 contains the room we're currently in. It stores it in a numerical value, but it still leads to the same place, of course. File 02 contains the player's current position. Events is like custom events, like things that can happen in your game. So like if you meet a certain character, you can have like a variable called meet character, and you can set it to 1 when you meet it so that it doesn't do it again. And then exits. This is quite important because this has to do with those exits that I was talking to you about, like the ones that we just placed. And then file 03. This is, you know, mostly about you, about your character. So how many kills you've gotten? Apparently I've gotten 2. Did I kill 2 people? I'm not sure. And then level's still 1. XP is 3 from that one frog that we killed. Yeah. I got 3 kills, not 2. I mean, I got 1. Hang on. Don't worry, you guys are getting... see, because I made it add 2 to kills for one random reason. I'm stupid. There we go. Don't worry, you guys will get a version that, you know, you'll get the fixed version. Because, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. There we go. So all the errors that I might get in this tutorial, you guys won't get because they'd be fixed in the engine that I upload. A wild frog, it appears. So let's just kill him again, just to show you how leveling up works. There we go. Now, let's test out going in this room. See if we can do it. We're in this room now. There should be a save point. Being in this strange empty building with nothing but your thoughts fills you with determination. HP fully restored. There you go, and if we save, and we can walk out this room, and where the B exit is. So if we were to quit this, you can also look at this and you can see that our level is now 2. And our HP is also rising. We have 8 kills, which is actually incorrect, but I fixed that bug, so it's fine. So if we launch the game again, and we try to load it, continue. Oh god, are you serious? Okay, so if we try to launch the game, and then we attempt to load again, let's see what happens. here we are. See, we're in the room. Oh, but there's a problem. We don't want the overworld music in this room, because it's an empty, silent building. So what we're gonna want is audio. Stop sound. Mouse overworld. There we go. And as an extra added measure action, there you go. And if it's already playing, it stops it anyway. So, you know, just to be safe. There we go. Perfect. So now, what we're gonna do is add a boss. So, I'm gonna hope that you remember from the last video how fights work. Like how making a battle works. Because now we're gonna make a boss battle. Right here I have a one already. I have a Sans fight, actually. I'm gonna make a new fight from scratch. I'm gonna pick another... How about... Let's say... How about a papyrus boss battle? Papyrus. And let's just load it. Now we have a papyrus sprite. So let's go to room, custom battle, duplicate it. And then room, papyrus. There we go. So if I'm not mistaken, offset monster, yep, still used. Let's see. Yep. All that stuff's there. So now, let's go to monsters. Set monster. We want to see where the placement of the papyrus sprite would be. So, yeah, let's place him like there. Yeah. That's fine. No sprite. There we go. So now we need to go here and start changing some text. So papyrus appears. A wild papyrus appears. Yeah, let's put that. So now with this new battle system, there's a feature called Act. The Act enables. So if you've ever done genocide, spoilers by the way, in Santa's fight, there's only one act option, and that's check. So if we wanted to get rid of all the other act options but check, we could change these to 0-0. Or if we still wanted there to be 2, we could change it to that, and this still stays at 0. So now, there is only one other act option besides checking. So we can change that to, let's see, how about, yeah, no, not spare. Actually, you know what? Oh well. Just make there only the check option. Yeah. And this is the check string, okay, so. Papyrus. Yeah. Leader of the Royal Guard. There we go. It's still recording, yes? Good. Leader of the Royal Guard. So now, normal talk. Yeah, human. Actually, we don't really need these talks because we're going to give him custom dialogue, so let's just keep him like that. Okay, how much health should he have? How about 200? Yeah, that's about right. And his attacks. We want to give him bone attacks. So I already have some preset bone attacks here, but I'll go through the process of making one. So duplicate this sprite right here. And call this sprite pap bones 1. So there's some bones in here. But what we're gonna do is let's just get rid of all of them except these two. We'll use these for reference. Okay. So place some bones like so. Just in whatever arrangement you desire. There. And we can just keep it like that. Now, how this works is that the collision is with the bones individually, so you don't need to worry about setting them up or anything. There's already collisions with just the bones. So, let's go here to attacks. I already have some bone attacks already. So let's just duplicate this, and we can just call this obj pat bones 1. And find that sprite that I made, pat bones 1. There you go. And all it does when it's created is move along. That's all you need. So you'll want to go obj attacking. Every single attack that you make must be deleted when obj attacking is destroyed. So just place a destroy instance in here and destroy obj pat bones. There we go. Good. And then we need to go find the blue soul, because I've actually added the blue soul. So you can now use the blue soul in your attacks, because in the previous battle system engine there was no blue heart, but now I've added it. So let's just duplicate this event. When it merges, when it collides with that. Yeah, that's good. Good. Okie dokie. So that's all good. So now we're gonna want to make a script for Papyrus's attacks. So let's make Papyrus. There we go. So now, in here, in Sans attacks, these are all of Sans's attacks. I'm just gonna copy this one. There we go, that's all I need. Create a script. Script pap at 1, which means Papyrus attack 1. And we just copy that stuff in there. And now, this is what we need to make a bone attack. So everything's pretty much already set up here. All you need to do is change this to pat bones 1. And this changes the heart to the blue soul. This creates the attack, and this is the length of the attack. Just keep all this stuff the same, except the attack itself. Everything else can just stay the same when you want to make a bone attack. So here, we could change this to pap attack 1. So now let's make another one. Pat bones 2. And we'll make this one just like a long jump sort of thing. Actually, I can use that. Yeah, just leave it like that. Yeah. And that should do it. There we go. That's all I need for that one. Let's just make another one. Just one last one. Pat Bones 3. Okay, so I made this attack. So there we go. Now I'm just gonna physically create them. So obj Pat Bones 2. Change the sprite. And then obj Pat Bones 3. Yep, perfect. So now let's make some more attacks. So script pat at 2. Let's just change this to Pat Bones 2. And then script, script pat at 3. There we go. Perfect. Now we can change these here. There we go. Alright. So now we have his attacks done. And we don't really... Well, we need these 3, but we don't need the rest of these. So... check string 1. Papyrus cackles. Rattles his bones. Papyrus likes spaghetti. There we go. Perfect. So now what we need is another object. Which if you look here, try to find what it is. Let's see. Yeah, so actually we don't really need that much. We just need that. Because Papyrus isn't gonna dodge our attacks, is he? So there we go. Let's say his attack max is 20. There we go. And now let's make his text, his speech. So hang on, I almost forgot. We need to delete those Pat Bones 2 and 3. 2 and 3. There we go. So I'll just hide all this to get rid of clutter. Copy obj sans talk. Obj pap talk. Okay. So here is where we make Papyrus have his own, like, speech, like, that's different every time his next attack comes. So we'll need another font. So let's see, actually, let's go for what sans small was. Pap small. Let's find Papyrus. There we go. Yeah, okay. Now I change that. There we go. So, oh yeah, I forgot. The object we need to add here is obj miss. So let's see if I can find it. Where is obj miss? It should be in here actually, yeah. There we go. So you'll need that when you're doing a boss battle. So, hang on, let me see how this object works. Yeah. So, for use of boss fights only, Object Miss keeps track of how many turns a boss has had, but is also primarily used for setting the miss option in a boss fight. You need to place this object in the room of your boss fight, right-click this object, select creation code, and copy and paste this into it. Yeah. If you want your attacks to miss until a certain point, set this as well. Let's see, change attack max to how many attacks you want the boss to have. Okay, so let's see, how does this work then? This Miss doesn't have it. This does. Oh, I understand. Okay, so get rid of that from there. And place it in there. Gotcha. Okay, so get rid of that. Place it in here. I actually just need to put attack max in here, actually. There we go. So, now that that's there, we can start making Papyrus talk. Okay, I understand it now. So, change this to 0, actually. Yeah. Change that to 0. So now, we can start with his speech. When Papyrus has finished speaking, I want him to be able to be spared. So, that would mean... Let's see, what would I need to edit in order to do that? No, it should be this, shouldn't it? Yeah, spared. Okay, so this will make object battle text dot spared equals 1. Let's just add another one. If it's greater than or equal to 19. You can go now, human. There we go. But this is currently, it still has stands as a sound effect. So I'm gonna need to add the Papyrus talk sound. So I'm gonna save this just in case. Good. Good. So now I'll change this to text. Yeah, pap. Text pap. Okay. So speech box should be pap talk. Perfect. And the monster name should be Papyrus. Great. Also, did I set the... Yeah, sprite needs to be set to Papyrus. There we go. That should be about it. The fight should be done. Though I'll make the background let's see. I'll make the background blank. No background. Yeah. There we go. So now, if we go to area 2, we're actually gonna need to put which B controller in here. So that has that, right? Yeah. And we'll make the battle room equal, yeah, room papyrus. There we go. And now I'm gonna want to add an event. Let's just do event trigger battle. So if you go all the way to the end of the room, it triggers this battle right here. But you know, it'd be cool if there was like the event. So copy this text from here, place it in here. If instance exists, yep. If papyrus equals 1, instant destroy. So let's go to object set room, and let's create a variable called papyrus equals 0. There we go. So in papyrus, the papyrus room, in the creation code, we're gonna set that papyrus variable to 1, and it'll save that. So now, after we beat papyrus and save, we won't be able to battle him again. So there we go. But you'll need to go to the saving script and go to, I think it's this one. Yeah. So you'll need to copy this and put in papyrus, and then make the value that papyrus variable. And then go to the load vars script, copy that, and make the papyrus variable equal papyrus. There we go. So now we have a boss battle. So let's go test it. Let's see if there's any errors or not, and if there are, we can fix them. It does not matter. Still running, right? Yeah. Here we go. There we go. A wild papyrus appears. Oops. Oh, I made a mistake. I mean, it's not too severe. There we go. Let's use this background because it has this HP HUD thing down here, which isn't here, but it doesn't matter. So let's fight him. Ooh, he misses. I shall capture you, human. So as you can see, his bone attacks do work. That miss animation kind of that shouldn't exist. Ooh, uh-oh. I knew there was stuff I forgot. Hopefully you don't make all the same mistakes that I'm making right now when you actually do your own game. Okay, so let's see, attacks, Pat Bones 2, and then Pat Bones 3. There we go. And then let's make his text a bit smaller. Yeah, you can still read it. Good. So, what was it that I want? Oh, yeah. Object miss. Where are you? There we go. So I want this to be equal to 0. Actually, no, that should be in here. Miss needs to equal 0. And hopefully that should do it. Here we go. Ooh, the miss animation's still there. Oop. Let's see if we can kill him. You will never dodge my attacks. Let's check him. Darn it. Oops. I'm actually going to change that line. You will never dodge this attack. There we go. I think I made the attacks too hard. Rip. I can just separate them like that. There we go. There we go. Simple bug fixing. There we go. Ooh. Here we go. Yep, all good. But now we need to work on that obj miss thing. So as I said before, don't worry, the version you guys get of this engine will be the fixed one. So let's see. Object to miss, so you would have to do with the attack. So move miss. Yeah, this is where it's gone wrong. I get it. There we go. And that's all we need. So it should all be fixed now. Okay. There we go. Doesn't make that attack sound, but I'll fix that in a second. Ooh, that's too high. That's too high. It's too damn high. There we go. That's better. Okay. So what else is there? Just fix that really quickly. There we go. All done. Actually, there is one thing. So let me close that. Is it in here? No, it's this one then. So in here, we can change how much experience this enemy gives and how much gold they give. So let's say this 99 XP for Papyrus, and for sparing him, you get 15 gold, I guess. That works. There we go. A wild papyrus appears. There we go. Ooh. So as you can see, the boss battle works perfectly, and there's all this custom text now. So there's different text for every attack. Okay. I'll raise that a bit. Good. There we go. Darn it. Okay. So now you pretty much understand the process it takes to make one of these games. That's pretty much the whole point of this video. So there was a lot of bugs that I hadn't found. So it's a good thing I found them, because otherwise I would have released it like this. So there we go. Let's just beat this boss. Oops. Okay, battle's almost done. That text kind of cuts out. Oops, didn't mean to full screen that. Okay. Okay, that worried me for a second. So now hopefully he'll spare us. Yes, he does. The boss battle's done, but if we try to continue, he'll just say, "You can go now, human." No matter how many times you do it, "You can go now, human." Okay. So that's a full Papyrus boss battle right there. Example seems happy. Uh-oh. I forgot about that. So, yeah. Let's just change that to Papyrus seems happy. Papyrus is sparing you. You are free to go now. There we go. So I'll actually include this battle with the engine. Now that I think about it, it might be wise to do that. So I'll include this with the engine as well. So there we go, now it's gone. Being the strain, yep. Okay. Well, I think I'm actually gonna end it here. So I've managed to show you how to create your own rooms, how to create a boss battle, how saving works, how all that works. I think I explained how battles pretty much are like attacks, in the past, but you basically just, have to edit a couple values. Attack length is how long the attack lasts. These control how big and small the box gets, etc. Instance create, like these are, it just creates the attacks. And then that's not in every single, like the most basic attack is this one, where it just creates a bunch of flies, and that's all it does. So if you want to know how to make like like just smaller battles, that's in part 2. So just watch part 2 of my tutorial series if you want to know how to do simple battles like that. And yeah, feel free to leave any questions, I'll gladly answer them, just in case I missed something in this video. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, it's always appreciated. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.